let's talk about our fourth-ranked head coach. A lot of this has to do with past production, but he just keeps doing it every year, man. Mike Gundy of Oklahoma State. How does he do it? How does he do it? Famously on this show, we save horses and we ride cowboys. We were on the Oklahoma State over this year. It cashed. We had an Oklahoma State conference championship ticket hedged big time. But that's just what he
Oh
does. Like
God.
when Mike Gundy, when you least expect it, he will figure out a way. And he consistently, you're not going to look at these recruiting rankings and you're not going to be impressed, right? You're not going to be impressed. It used to be guaranteed top 35 classes. That's not the case anymore, really. But he's still winning. 166 and 79. Oklahoma State is the winningest coach all time there. He only has one conference championship to show for it, but Oklahoma has almost every conference championship in the last 12 years. So I don't blame him for that. Yeah, man. He just back-to-back underwhelming recruiting classes, so it's hard to say like what his future looks like in the Big 12, but he consistently gets guys from lower level programs, specifically staff members, that he just plucks from D2, D3 and says, "You're my guy," and they end up working out very well. So I think Alan Bowman got a lot of hate last year. I thought he was fine. I think Mike Gundy's Oklahoma State, as long as he's there, they'll be fine, right? And I'm not saying that they'll be perennial contenders every single year with Mike Gundy as coach, but they will at least compete in the Big 12 for as long as he's there. Like any game
Yeah,
that Mike Gundy plays in the Big 12, he will have a chance to win it, especially if it is in Stillwater.
you can't count. Never doubt Mike Gundy. That was like one of the first notes I wrote about when talking about it. You just can't this year, even though, right? You lose to Ohio, and Ohio and South Alabama, I believe, or was it just
Yeah,
South
you got
Alabama?
you got killed by South Alabama. You didn't lose to Ohio. You lost to South Alabama. You lost to Iowa State pretty early, I
We
believe.
lost to Ohio. Yeah, so it was a mess early on, but hey, it was ended up getting super hot in one of the most fun runs we've seen in the Big 12. Yeah, 166 and 79 since 2005. Much different conference now. In 2005, think about it. You had a battle with OU, with Texas, with Nebraska, with A&M, Missouri, Mike Leach's Texas Tech. It was a gauntlet in the Big 12. Obviously, everyone remembers that famous 2007 season. Much different nowadays. He has stood through it all. 2011, right? They should have beaten Iowa State and they should have gone to the BCS championship game with Brendan Whedon and Blackman, and they had such an awesome roster. Worst season was in year one, right? They went 4-7, and get this, they have made a bowl game every season since, right? Like that before he was there, a bowl game was bonus. Now it's the expectation, which is a credit to him and why he's so high. And I don't think he has a high of a ceiling as a guy like Sonny Dykes, as a guy like Gus Malzahn or Joey McGuire, or even Willie Fritz. I don't know. Even Willie Fritz is right in that tier, but Mike Conley, just you have to respect him for what he's done there. And this is why he's up at 4. He also has the most iconic, one of my favorite press conference speeches of all time, where he's like, "I'm a man, go after me, I'm 4." Like, it was awesome when
I'm
defending a
40.
player. Um,
I'm a man.
it's great. If you haven't seen that, I'm sure you have. Go look it up. If you are in the mood for a good chuckle and a good respect for Mike Gundy, obviously go look that up as well. Also, fun fact, he took over for Les Miles when Les Miles went to LSU to replace Nick Saban. So I think Oklahoma State did pretty well there. Les Miles is out of a job, and Mike Gundy is still coaching and going to Big 12 championships as the Oklahoma State head coach. Yeah, and just never doubt him. That's all I can say is you have to respect it. I'm gonna echo everything you just said. We'll see what 2024 holds for them. I don't know. Does Alan Bowman have eligibility? I don't think he does. I think he's exhausted it, but
I'm not sure. I think he actually might have been granted another year, but I don't know. What you we can maybe look that up. But like in terms of talent acquisition, especially these last 2 years, very lacking. But you have to. Mike Gundy's one of those guys that's earned the respect of like his talent evaluation and his coaching staff. Like where I have to respect it, even if he's
yeah,
not using the transfer portal as well as I think he could be using it. Maybe he's not recruiting as high as I think he could be recruiting. Um, I I have to trust it, and I can't rank him higher because of that, and because I'm not sure that Oklahoma like I can't rank him higher because I don't think Oklahoma State's going to be a perennial contender, if that makes sense. They'll have a shot every year, but like a contender, I'm not sure they're going to be that every year, especially with the new age of college football. But I mean, he's earned the right to be in the top five of coaches in the Big 12 easily, especially his in
For
game,
sure.
just finding ways to win, man. There's some games like Oklahoma this year, man, like unbelievable stuff. BYU, are you kidding me? To save my Big 12 conference championship ticket cash, unbelievable.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
he's really good. Now it took him a while to find out who Ollie Gordon was, but once they did, they were pretty all right. So